Hey, thanks for watching this week's episode of Reload. I'm Kara with the Barn Church and Ministries here in St. Joe, Michigan. Let's talk about prayer. I know you probably hear about prayer all the time, but do you spend time in prayer? Do you pray? Or does it still seem an odd concept to you? Is it still hard to find the time to pray? If you answered no, I have to ask, with all due respect, what are you waiting for? If you love Jesus, why would you not make time to spend with the most important person in your life? He is the most important, and your schedule needs to be interrupted to include him. When we accept Jesus and believe what he's done for us and come to the knowledge that he is the Son of God and died for our sins, we should allow him to overtake everything in our lives. But too many times people use God as a fire escape. They use him to escape hell, but not to turn their life completely over to him. And when that happens, people miss out. People miss out on the incredible relationship that he wants with them, all the opportunities he wants to bring them, all the healing he wants to give them, and all the more that he has for them. So how do you get to the more? Well, you have to want it, for one thing, and I promise it's worth it. But you spend time with him in prayer. Look, it isn't some waste of time or something to check off the to-do list or something to postpone. It is something that should be a priority. Prayer is important because it builds your relationship with the Father. And Jesus said in Matthew 6, he said, "But when you pray, go away by yourself, shut the door behind you, and pray to your Father in private. Then your Father, who sees everything, will reward you." Jesus himself said, make time for prayer. Jesus himself made time for prayer. He said, this time will reward you. Good things will come for you. You won't have a great relationship with your kids or your spouse or even your friends if you never talk to them or even acknowledge their existence. How would you feel if your spouse walked in the house after being gone all day and you didn't even acknowledge you, and you didn't acknowledge them? How about your kids when they're trying to tell you something about their day and all the things that they did? How do you think that they will feel when you don't make time for them, when you won't give them some of your undivided attention? I'll tell you, they will feel unimportant, and no one, not one person, wants their kids or spouse to feel that way. So why do we allow Jesus to feel that way? Why would prayer only be something we do as a last resort instead of a first line of defense? That's a question you have to ask yourself. If prayer is not if it's not yet a priority, you need to ask yourself why, because it should not be a last resort. If it is a last resort, that means unless something is going wrong, you are living life under your own strength instead of God's. You are living life under your own control instead of the Father's. And that you are living life mostly like he isn't part of it until you need something from him. Do we want to only talk to our kids when they need something from us? No. If you want to impact your family and the generations around you, and you want to go from victory to victory to victory and be filled with an everlasting strength, then you must spend time with Jesus and the Father. There are no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts. Prayer will lead to a powerful, faith-filled, overcoming, generationally impactful life, period. And Jesus is actually worth changing your schedule for. He's worth getting up earlier or staying up later for. You will never, ever regret time spent in prayer. And all it is a simple conversation. It's not some weird humming, whatever. It is a simple conversation. It's you speaking and him speaking while you listen. So don't make any more excuses for not doing it. Time is of the essence. Develop your relationship. Go deep with him and spend time in prayer. Be a model to those around you. That's all I have for the day. Find us on social media, The Barn Ministries, at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and our website at thebarn.church. We'd love to hear from you. Comment, email us, whatever it happens to be. We want to know how these are impacting your life and if you're able to make some changes because of them. So have a great day.